Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to give you guys an update on my year-long project, but I'm going to do my face as I'm doing it, so I'll probably pop up some pictures and talk about products that I stopped using completely, and then I'll explain to you guys why that is. So my face is already moisturized. I'm going to start off with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this guy, initially I was right there and now I'm down to that silver line right there. I have been using this one a little bit more lately because I stopped using the other primer that I had, which is the coconut primer from Too Faced, and that's because I had a really bad reaction. I started noticing that the smell turned a little bit, and that's what I was concerned about. That's why I put it in the project, so that I could finish it up before it completely spoiled, and it spoiled on me. And then I broke out in a massive kind of rash. I still have like a dry patch down here. That's this guy right here, and I think that's where I started, and then I just used it up to that point and I stopped completely using it. So I have been sticking to this guy a little bit more, and I've been enjoying it. It's an okay primer. I think it does a really good job at smoothing out the skin. The foundation that I put in at the beginning of the year is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this guy here, I have it down to here, and it was initially completely full. That's how long it's taken me to get it down. I don't use a lot of foundation. I can only finish 2 foundations a year because I don't use a ton, and I don't use it daily either. And that's just what I've learned from project panning. And I enjoy project panning so much because you do get to use up your products. I do find though that sometimes, especially initially when I started project panning, I found myself using more makeup than usual because I was aiming to finish products, and I felt like it encouraged me to wear more makeup as far as the amount every time I was applying it, as well as often, to where usually I don't. And I just learned that I can be a project panner because I do see progress. It does help me focus on products, but at the same time, I've just learned that I just don't need to be, you know, in such a rush to finish products just because I'm doing a project kind of situation. But this foundation, for me, I love it initially, and even now I still love the finish of it. I do find though, and I think someone mentioned before, that this foundation breaks them out. If I use it for a week straight, and I'm talking like 3 times, 4 times a week, it will break me out, and I need to take a break from it. So this for me would be a foundation for sure that I would buy again, but only use it for a special occasion kind of situation because I do enjoy the finish. But once I finish this guy, I think I'll explore other options. I don't have a concealer in this particular project, although I do have my corrector. And the corrector, I have the smallest amount. Do you see right in here? Like, I mean, the smallest amount. I'm scraping the sides at this point because I've just been encouraging myself to use it. I've just learned that although I do enjoy correctors, I don't use them all the time. Although I had a little bit of product, it has taken me this long to finish it up. I should be done with it in the next 2 weeks if I use it regularly. But because of that, I am gonna add another corrector because I wanna get use out of products that maybe I'm not using in my kit anymore, and I still want to use them because they cost money. And there's nothing wrong with the products, I just don't tend to reach for them, so I rather remove things from my kit that are taking up space and adding weight and just use them myself. That's the Bobbi Brown corrector. I have the shade Dark, by the way, and I think next time if I was to buy this again, because I do like the formula of this, it's pretty emollient, I would go a step darker. The one that I'll be adding in is the one from Ben Nye, and I'll do a before and after picture. I have dug into it a little bit because it is a little bit darker. Let me show you guys the difference. This is going to be a long video, by the way. Do you see the difference? This is more up to par for my skin than this one. I'm missing concealers. I'm missing some products here. Let's see. Let's use a NARS concealer. I think I'm going to use this guy because it's a little bit lighter. And a lot of the concealers that I have are about my skin tone. except for this one. This one's just a little bit lighter, so it adds a little bit of highlight. But I've been using the Maybelline one because I've been wanting to get used out of it. I just, I don't like the finish of it. It's too thick. It makes me look aged under my eyes, so I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'm thinking maybe mixing it in with a foundation next and seeing how it would work. Mix it in with a foundation all over the face. I don't know. I'm trying to find different ways. I always try to find different ways of using products before I get rid of them, because the coverage of that concealer is good. It just doesn't look the best under my eyes. Actually, no, hold on. Before I do that, I want to add a product because, and it's a cream product, and I want to put it on the face today. This is the Maybelline Shine Free Foundation. This is their stick foundation in coconut. I want to use this as a bronzer because I've been having it sit for a long time, and I've been meaning to add this in a project. I've just been forgetting to do that, and I am very sensitive to cream bronzers, so I thought I would try this guy. Since it's a foundation, I think it would work out really well, and it blends out really nicely. Do you see that? And I'm just blending it out with a stipple brush here. So I'd rather use it. I bought it initially as to use it for a cream bronzer, or as a cream bronzer, but it is a stick foundation. And then I'm gonna go in with just a more dense brush here, just on the outer parts, just to make sure that it's nice and blended, and then just blend out the sides. I like the warmth of this. I've used it before, I just neglected it throughout the years. All right, and then just go in with whatever's left over on my sponge and blend completely out so it's not so harsh. How does that look? I think that looks so pretty and so natural. The highlight that I had in this project is from Galactic, and this is another product that I'm no longer going to be using because I just don't like it. And I'm not gonna force myself to use something I don't like. So initially I had put in the Skin Glow in Glamorous. This is just too scented, and you're gonna see not a lot of difference from last time, although I do feel like I've deepened this guy up a little bit because I have used it as a highlight. I used it as a primer. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like the strong scent, and it's a little bit too pinked for me to use as a base. As a highlight, it is pretty, but it's not my ultimate favorite, so I think this is a product that I'm just gonna get rid of and say goodbye to it. I'm not gonna add another cream highlight here, but I had another highlight that I was using, and it's from NYX. I'm just finishing this guy up. It was in a project a really long time ago, and I've just been using this guy just so that I can finish it up. It's not in this year project, but I have been using it to finish it, and I think when I started it was halfway through. And this one is very similar to the one from Galactic as far as color goes, only that I prefer the finish of this one. This is not a favorite of mine at all. I do like the one from Becca quite a bit, but I do like the consistency of it, the texture of it, so I do use it because of that, and I think it looks so much better than the one from Galactic. I just feel like the one from Galactic for me adds so much texture, and I'm not a fan of that, so I prefer this guy. I would though check out to see if they have other colors of this guy, because I think it looks really pretty. Do you see that? It looks very natural. It looks really pretty. Maybe more of a golden one would be best for me. So the powder that I'm going to use is this Prep and Prime powder from MAC, and I'm just going to get that right on the brush and just set my entire face with it. This is a product that I do enjoy. I just feel like I wouldn't probably necessarily buy it next time. The other powder that I'm going to be using is the Select Sheer from MAC. This guy, you guys will see a difference from last time. So I had pan right here, and then now the outer part, and I'll pick it up with a smaller brush. This is a product that I would have finished a long time ago. Would I have repressed it, but I'm too lazy, and I really don't want to be repressing anything. To be honest, I don't want to be adding alcohol into any of my products. I use this guy mainly in my T-zone area, and sometimes even lightly under my eyes. The other product that I had in here as a powder is the L'Oreal Hydra Perfect in medium. This leans a little bit too pink, so I have to be extremely careful, and I don't think you're going to be able to see a progress, but I have used it quite a bit, so I'm surprised. I think this guy I have to use a significant amount in order for me to show a progress on this, because it's just not going down. I mean, it went down like a tiny little bit, so I'll have a close-up of that one as well. It's just not a favorite of mine, and what I think I'm going to do actually is just move it out and just get rid of it, because I don't use it. I think I'll just give it to my sister. The bronzer that I've had in my project is from Milani, and this guy I will have a close-up for you guys. There's a slight divot here. This bronzer and the one from Becca, which I mentioned in my Pan That Palette update, have surprised me so much, because I use a lot of bronzer, guys. Like, I love bronzer so much, and I use this one and the other one, and I haven't hit pan on either one, and that is just shocking to me. I'm picking this guy up, and this doesn't have a mirror. I hate that. I wish they had mirrors, but you know, can't complain. It's kind of inexpensive. And I apply this guy mainly to the outer part of my cheekbone, right in this area. I usually do top this guy off with the one from Becca, because it gives me dual purpose, and the one from Becca is a little bit softer, and the finish of it is really, really pretty. So I tend to usually use this guy first and then do a little bit of Becca and bring it even more out into the cheek here. But today we're just gonna stick to this guy. So I'm just gonna swirl my brush on both colors and start bronzing just around the face here. Let's use this mirror over here. Oh, my stomach is growling. Okay. I'm gonna pick up a smaller brush here. Let's see. Let's clean this off. Make sure that it's nice and clean. And I'm gonna pick up this color right here. I have also used this guy as a crease color as a shadow situation kind of a thing. So I have dual purpose for it. I don't mind the finish of this. I think it looks really beautiful, and you get a massive pan, which is really, really great. I will be very happy if I can hit pan and expand the pan on this guy. For a shadow primer, I am using the one from Wet n Wild. We'll get back to the blush in just a moment, by the way. So the one from Wet n Wild, this guy was completely full, and I've used it up to there. What I'll do is start off with this guy, because I have this guy and a concealer from NYX that I put in this project as shadow bases. So what I'll do is start off with this guy and put this on my lid area. I think in my intro I had mentioned that this guy tends to dry me out, and I do feel like a little bit of this is best for me. If I start packing it on my lid, it gets a little bit too dry. The other one that I'm using, let me turn off my phone here. The other one that I've been using is from NYX, and this is the concealer. I have used this quite a bit. I think the dip is a little bit deeper, but it's not severely deep. Oh man, I should do my brows actually. I'm gonna do that right now. And I like this concealer as a base because it's not super emoliated. It's actually a little bit dry, so it works well for me. See, it's starting to build up in this area, like the Wet n Wild one. If I put too much, it just, I don't know, it ends up looking a little bit dry, and I think I put too much in this area here. If you do a little bit, it works so much better. Let's bring you guys in closer so you guys can see. You see that? Right there. So let me try to wipe some of that off, because it's just, I have to be so careful with that primer. Do you see that? That's why a little bit at a time is best for me. Okay, let me try to take that off. This is why I don't load up on products like that. Like, I just can't be like, just for the sake of using products. It just doesn't work out. I don't know. I just can't. For the brows, I have the balm from, it's called the Brow Pal. That's what I've been using. And initially I had a small pan, but I've expanded that. It's not something that I expect to completely finish off. I think this is one that'll take me 3 years to finish, to be honest. Because I did work on this guy half of last year. Halfway through the year is when I added it into the project. And this is the usage that I've been able to get out of it. Mind you, for a couple of months there, I was using the one from MAC, the little pencil that they have, and I neglected this guy. But most of the year, I've been sticking to this guy. I'm going in with a liquid liner because I don't use liquid liners anymore, but I want to finish this guy out. So what I've been doing, because I don't have any hair in this area here, I've been using the liquid liner to create brush hair, oops, brought this out too much, brush hair strokes, just so I can get use out of it. So I'm gonna let that part dry and then I'll go in with the brow powder after that. For the crease, I'm gonna use the Milani bronzer, and I'm just gonna pick it up with the same brush that I picked up earlier and just start applying it right in this area. So the blush that I've been using is the one from Too Faced. Not a lot of difference from the last time. I think I deepened it out a little bit, but not very much. And just plopping that right in here. I don't use this guy all the time just because I've been focusing so much more on the one from my Becca palette, but sometimes I will pair these two up together, and that one's more corally. And what I'll do is put this guy more towards the back and bring the one from the Becca palette more in the front part of my cheeks. I think I am going to pick up a little bit of the Becca one, just a little bit of it, and just put it more in this front part because it has a little bit of glow. I think it looks really pretty. And actually, while I'm at it, I think I'm just going to use the two highlights in here. I'm also applying the Too Faced blush right on the lid and blend it into the bronzer. I like this guy as a shadow too. I think the color is really beautiful. So I have been using it both ways, not all the time of course, but I have found dual purpose, and it goes well with my Pan That palette also. With that mauve shadow in the Lorac palette, it goes so well. Wow, this video is going to be very, very long. I'm gonna pick it up with a different brush and put it right under the eye. It's such a pretty color. I really like it. I had two liners in this project, one of which I already finished up, and I can't find the two liners that I finished. I finished the Estee Lauder double wear liner in burgundy suede, and then the lip liner that I finished is from Rimmel, and it's the Spice one. And I thought I kept all my finished products, but I must have tossed them when I cleaned up my stuff. So I don't have that to show you guys. I'm gonna see if I can find a video where I use them and you guys can see how much smaller they got. So the one that I still have left over is the one from Urban Decay, this guy. And this guy is like right there. You can see where I started up here and now I'm down to here. I don't use it all the time. I'm not always in the mood for a purple liner, but we're gonna use it today. I've paired it up with the Lorac Pro palette. I mean, it's nice, it's creamy, you know, it does the job. I'm just not, like, I'm a once in a while purple liner kind of girl. I tend to stick to the basic, which is brown and black. So I'm glad I don't have, I think this is the only purple liner that I have. And I wouldn't mind buying it again, as long as I don't have like 20,000 purples, you know what I mean? Like, cause then there's no sense. Like, no point for that. I think it's almost time for me to sharpen this guy too, because it's getting a little pokey. And I think I'm gonna bring it to my lash line 2. I'm gonna bring it down even further because that's not, it wasn't low enough for me, so I'm just bringing it down further. And I'm just going to blend that out. I don't necessarily prefer this in my waterline just because it doesn't really last on me. So it's not a favorite in that sense, but I think it does a good job at smudging. You see that? I've never paired this blush and liner in on the eyes. I'm really liking this actually. That's really pretty. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that pink blush, mauve pink blush from Too Faced and go right under it. Super simple but colorful. That's my way of doing things. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit of my highlights that I have in my Panda palette. I think I'm gonna grab this peachy one. I think that would look really pretty. And just gonna pick it up with this brush. Just because I think the peachy would look nice paired up with the mauve and the purple. I'm actually gonna bring it up in this area too. Okay. I'm gonna apply, let's see. I'm gonna grab a shadow from my Panda palette for under the arch of the brow. And I think I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this. No, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of light pink. I don't use that one enough. So I'm just gonna drag that lightly under the arch. I have to be careful with these shadows, like the very light matte shadows. And even the shimmery ones from this palette because they're super light. If I go heavy with it, it doesn't look right on me. I think I'm gonna put some of that right in here. For lips, I finished off the Spice lip liner, like I said, from Milani, and now I'm going to add another lip liner. This is the one from, oh god, this is from Milani too, I think. Yeah, and it's called Fuchsia, this guy, and I'll show you guys a close-up of the measurement of this lip liner and fill in my lips. I haven't done fuchsia lips in a long time. How pretty is that? Wow. And the lipstick that I have been working on is from Yves Saint Laurent. This is in the number 08 and I'm still working on it. I've been using it to add a wash of color to the lips, and sometimes I'll just apply the entire thing. So the fuchsia lip liner is gonna be right there. Oh shoot. Right here. That's where we're starting off. And I'm adding in another lip liner. This is from Professional Makeup. I got it in my kit at school a while back and I just never use it and it's not in my kits, so I thought I would get use out of it myself. This one is in Caramel. I'm gonna work on that next. The Yves Saint Laurent lipstick, I am just slowly chipping down. Very slowly. And I'm right there. Do you see the lines before it? Right there. Actually, I'm lower than that, but that's okay. What else? The goal is to finish that guy out. The lipstick that I'm going to be getting rid of in this project is this Provocalips from Rimmel. I cannot stand this. I have tried using it in several ways as a topper, mixed in with Aquaphor, mixed in with lip gloss, I love the color of this, but it is so drying to the point that it flakes off. And I cannot have that, so this is gonna go in the trash actually, because I would never give this to anybody. It's just like, why provide torture? So I am gonna bring in another dark lip product, and this is from, I don't wanna, oh god, let's see, let's roll this right up. This is from Maybelline, and this is something crimson. I think it's called Partner in Crimson. I'm gonna add this guy because it's so pretty. It's where is it? Right here. That's where I'm starting off. And I have my little line right there too. You can see that. This one I would like to finish by the end of the year. So I added 2 lip liners because I finished my Rimmel Spice lip liner. I'm adding this lip liner, I'm adding this lip liner, I'm adding this lip product, and I got rid of the other one. I gave you guys the update on the one from Yves Saint Laurent. This is my Lorac gloss. Started there. That's where I'm at. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I don't ever obligate myself to use anything, by the way. I am though gonna add another gloss in, but this is more for prep time. I've been neglecting this one because I've been using the one from Buxom. Oh, these are the like the lip maximizer kind of stuff. I keep that one in my purse, so I thought when I do my makeup here at home, I would use this one so I can get use out of this one. This is from Dior, and I'm starting right there, right in this area. If I can work half of this down, that would be amazing. And I keep it here so that I can use it. I'm also adding in this little Bobbi Brown little guy, and it's the Art Stick Liquid Lip. I don't know if they come in, when they come in a full size, do they come in like this? They look like little crayons. If they do, that's a very cheap packaging. I'm not really happy about that, so I just kind of want to finish this out just to add a little bit of a different color. Although this is a rosy tone, I think this would be nice, maybe topped over with the Yves Saint Laurent one. The little Chanel Silver Pink shadow, I have used it a couple times, but quite frankly, it kind of dried out on me. So I recently just brought in my Inglot Duraline so I can revive it. But because I've been lazy and I just haven't... I haven't revived it, so I haven't been using this guy because it's just so, like, so dry. Let me show you. I can go like this and barely pick up product, and then getting it on the eyes. So if you have these guys, I feel like these last less time than the ones from Maybelline. You have less time to use them. So if you have these and they're getting, you know, like more than 6 months old, you should start getting use out of them, because I feel like they just don't last quite as long. So that is everything that I had in this project that I wanted to get update on. Let me get my mascara on and show you guys the final look. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, mascara is on, and let me show you guys a close-up of the completed eye. I think it looks really pretty. And you grab a little bit more, put on a little bit extra here. And by the way, all of the usage that you guys see is not with me reapplying throughout the day, except for maybe the lip products, because they rub off the fastest. But I don't really bother touching up the face, not even with the powder sometimes. Everything is just from one, like the one time use during the one time when I'm applying when I'm applying my makeup, basically. So that is everything, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed this way of updating you guys as far as the products and how I've been able to wear them down, or maybe not so much. I just thought I would kill two birds with one stone because I needed to get ready. Plus, I wanted to show you guys how I've been using these products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.